In today's video, Robert Whittaker vs. Paulo Costa set for UFC 284. Dana White explains why Conor McGregor gets special treatment. Khamzat Chimaev arrives in Abu Dhabi for UFC 280. Bisping explains how Oliveira could replace Khabib as lightweight GOAT. Oliveira on why he doesn't believe the hype around Makhachev. And UFC 280 official weigh-in results. UFC 284 is currently set to head back to Australia next February. The pay-per-view card is set to take place at the RAC Arena in Perth, and it'll be the promotion's first trip back to the country in 3 years. The last card was headlined by Robert Whittaker vs. Israel Adesanya in October of 2019. On Thursday, the UFC announced that Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa will collide at UFC 284. Whittaker is coming off a dominant unanimous decision win over Marvin Vettori last month at UFC Paris. Meanwhile, Costa recently snapped a 2-fight losing streak, which was composed of his first ever defeats during his professional career by taking out Luke Rockhold in a Fight of the Night performance at UFC 278 in August. What do you guys make of a Robert Whittaker vs. Paulo Costa matchup? Who do you think wins? Drop them thoughts below. Conor McGregor has been out of action since being defeated by Dustin Poirier, although UFC President Dana White has admitted that he receives preferential treatment due to his desire to fight anybody. When asked in an interview with TSN about McGregor possibly receiving Dana White privilege and potentially leapfrogging other contenders for a title shot upon his return next year, Dana had this to say.
You know, Conor McGregor hasn't had the best stretch lately, but I think people forget how good he was during that featherweight run.
But you know what the difference is? The difference is all the people on the outside didn't see the things that I saw. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, because he loves Conor. Why do I love Conor? Why? Because he makes money? Everybody makes money. I like Conor because I was in the trenches with Conor when this stuff was going on, and that I'd walk into his house that he rented in Vegas, tell him the fight was switched. Believe me, there's a lot of guys who talk like, oh, I would have fought this guy, I would have done that. When I'm on the phone saying, here we go, we got 4 days and we're changing opponents, the story's changed, believe me, behind the scenes. Conor McGregor, I was there every single time, never flinched, never hesitated to take any fight. Believed in himself and fought these fights when people thought he wasn't ready, and the kid made a ton of money. And, when you say Conor hasn't had a good run later, well, that's what happens when you're his age and you make over $100 million. It just, money changes everything.
UFC star Khamzat Chimaev has arrived to Abu Dhabi for UFC 280. Boars, which translates to wolf, is currently looking for his next opponent and is in talks to fight Colby Covington early 2023. Here's a video.
Это толстый, давай. Это обычное дело. Буду правда приехать? Сказали, что здесь?
Magdi, du känns the woman manager.
Det går bra nu. Vi har problem. Pass.
While speaking on the most recent episode of the Believe You Me podcast, Michael Bisping explained how Charles Oliveira could replace Khabib as lightweight GOAT with a win over Islam Makhachev at UFC 280. Here's the clip.
11-fight win streak, 10 of them are finishes. Of course, you know, the counter to that would be the losses. And, you know, and if you're pro Khabib, and by the way, I'm pro Khabib. I put a tweet out yesterday because I love how, to your point, the narrative's kind of been skewed and the clickbait. And it's like I'm talking shit about Khabib. Khabib's a fucking legend. You know, the fact that I'm saying it's a potential that he will now become the greatest lightweight of all time over Khabib is a big compliment to Khabib. I'm saying he's the greatest lightweight of all time. But it's just a body of work. And eventually, when somebody just keeps racking up the wins, you know, and you can't hold the losses at a different weight class against him forever, you know. Right. But I guess it would come down to who would win a fight between the two of them. But we've got plenty of real fights and not hypothetical ones to discuss.
Charles Oliveira doesn't believe the hype around UFC 280's opponent, Islam Makhachev. During an interview with UFC News, Oliveira explained why he still believes Makhachev doesn't deserve to fight for the title and stated that it won't be the toughest fight of his life, as many people say. Here's the clip.
Acho que na realidade não é eu não querer. Na realidade eu achei que ele não merecia. Acho que ele tá vindo num hype que não é o dele, surfou numa onda que não é dele, né? E dia 22 vocês vão ver o que vai acontecer. Então acho que essa é a realidade. Tem 10 vitórias, tem sim, vem fazendo um algo legal sim. Mas não tô contando nenhum top 5 da categoria. Como foi aquilo que eu fiz, lutei contra vários top 5 da categoria. Todos os caras trocadores de porrada, troquei porrada de igual para igual com eles. Tudo que fui fazer, tomei knockdown, levantei, fiz acontecer. Então por isso mereci ser campeão. E ele veio numa onda que não é dele, foi por isso, né? Então, eu sou empregado da Azul, para onde que eles quiserem colocar para lutar, eu vou estar lutando. Lógico, a equipe conversou, a equipe chegou em números, a equipe chegou em algo naquilo que foi bom para todo mundo e por isso que a gente está aqui. Como eu falei, ele merece todo o respeito do mundo, vem de 10 vitórias, né? Então não é à toa porque vem de 10 vitórias. Mas olha só, para saber disso que eu vou falar desde o começo, eu falei, eu vou chocar o mundo mais uma vez. Essa luta não é a luta mais difícil da minha vida. Essa é a real. Ele está surfando na onda que não é dele. Dia 22 de outubro, vou calar a boca de todo mundo mais uma vez. Vou mostrar que o campeão dos pesos leves se chama Oliveira. Vou nocautear o Islam Makhachev no primeiro round. Escuta bem o que eu tô falando, grava o dia de hoje. Eu falei isso no dia que eu assinei meu contrato. Eu não falei à toa. Toda vez que eu falei, o homem lá de cima fez e aconteceu. Não passa do primeiro round.
Early weigh-ins took place at the UFC host hostel in Abu Dhabi and precede the ceremonial weigh-ins for the fans. Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev had no drama on the scale Friday when they both made weight for the UFC 280 vacant lightweight title headliner. Here are the highlights.
UFC lightweight. 136. 136. The official weight for Conor McGregor.
135.5.
135.5. The official weight for Sean O'Malley.
Additionally, Alexander Volkanovski made weight as the backup, hitting 155 pounds on the scale.
For Alexander Volkanovski.
2, 1, take it back.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found over the internet. Third place was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named Daily Dose MMA. Second place was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Dwayne29. And our top pick was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named KGSkillsCom. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.